Hello.
Hello, Rodney.
Hey, man, what's shaking? Let me get to a place that's a little bit quieter.
Alrighty.
Just give me a second. Hey, oh, I wanted to get one more. Where's Mike? Yeah, give me a Cabernet. All right. And then I'll be right back. All right, yeah, you called. We just got into Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, wow. You think I can get one of those too?
Yeah, sure. You want one?
All right, awesome. Man, how you been, Rodney?
Great, great. How you been?
I've been really good, and of course, I'm Bill Hernandez with
I
RockBandReviews.com.
know exactly who you are,
Yeah,
Hoss.
we're still
go
here.
way back.
Yeah, we're still here in Fort Lauderdale, and speaking about way back, I think I first met you when you were playing in Pat Travers' band.
Yeah,
And
that's
you guys,
right.
you guys were up at the Funky Biscuit in Boca, and we came out and man, just fell in love with your playing. And then, of course, down the road, here you are with Foghat, and you've been with
It's
the.
hard to believe. It's hard to believe, man. July will make 9 years I've been with Foghat.
Wow, already, Jesus,
I
man,
know.
you must have joined Foghat when I got married, because I'm going on 9 years there as well. So, so it's all
There you
good
go.
luck for both of us then.
Right on, right on.
Dude, we're so happy that you and the boys are coming to the Parker Playhouse here in Fort Lauderdale on June 15th, which is next week, and so excited to finally hear the new album, Sonic Mojo. I'm sure you guys are going to play a few songs from that new album.
Yeah, actually, we got like four tunes in the set off the new record.
My God.
It's great. It's going over like gangbusters. People are just eating it up.
I'm telling you, man, it's amazing how Foghat as a band, you know, from when you guys first started until now, every decade, you guys have matured so much as players and gelling together and such. But yet you're keeping the music fresh without kind of changing too much with the times, you know, still keeping that
Right.
classic Foghat sound.
Yeah, we're staying true to the roots, of the Foghat sound, but yet we, kind of diving a little newer edge too as well. But it's just been a fantastic journey here lately. The new music, the old music, shows have been selling out like crazy. It's a good time.
Dude, it's some great freaking music you guys put out. You know, there's a lot of bands that come from back when Foghat started that, you know, will play the hits and play the same songs for 30, 40 years, and then when they come out with a new album, I mean, honestly, they really kind of flop, you know what I mean? But you guys, my God, on the blues charts are just freaking tearing it up.
26 weeks in the top 10 on the Billboard Blues albums. I mean, we're shocked by it. It's like each week we're like, are we still there? Are we still there?
Now, when coming up with a new concept for an album such as Sonic Mojo, what really goes into that? Do you guys all throw ideas into a hat, or how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, now there is some songs on here that was actually written by Kim Simmons of Savoy Brown. Of course, little backstory, that's where Foghat kind of started from. Three members of Foghat
Yeah.
left Savoy Brown and started Foghat,
Mm-hmm.
And but Kim Simmons and Roger maintained this friendship all these years. But Kim had wrote a handful of songs, and we put three of them on the record, and they were just fantastic. They were perfect.
Yeah.
Kim knew us. We did shows together and stuff, and then all of a sudden he comes to us and he's like, "I got some songs for you lads." And so he did those. There's a couple others that we all kind of banged around and co-wrote, and then there is some remakes of some stuff on there. We did "Let Me Love You, Baby," which is kind of a nod to Buddy Guy, because Scott spent all those years playing with Buddy Guy.
Sure.
And, believe it or not, the last song we did was on the track listing is "Promised Land," which was a Chuck Berry song. Of course, Elvis did as well.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun.
Now we all know you as a bass player. Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, I play guitar as well.
Okay, good.
I can henpeck at a keyboard a little bit, but yeah, I play around the house. I pretty much just play a guitar.
Mm.
I'm I only pick up the bass when it's time to get the fingers ready for the road, or when I'm out on the road, I'll play my bass. But when I'm just around the house, I bang on either my acoustic or I've got a electric that I plug in and put my headphones on and jam.
Now, as a bassist, how do you approach your role in the band?
I just show up and go, woo!
Yes, plain and freaking simple, right?
Well, I play for the song. I've always been one of those guys that, the bass and drums job is to create the highway
Yeah.
that everyone else drives on. So, I mean, I've always been, true to what the song needed, no more, no less.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the greatest bass players are the guys that, nobody even really thinks about in terms, but, when you hear the song, I guess the key thing is saying a lot of times, like the bass, it's like, you don't notice it until the bass player quits playing, and you're like, oh, what just happened to the song?
Now, we've also mentioned earlier you also played with the Pat Travers band for a while. And how does your experience there compare to your time with Foghat?
I was I was a huge fan of that whole era of music. And still this day, I'm a huge Travers fan, man. I love Pat's playing. Pat's one of those guys, it doesn't matter what he plays, as soon as he gets a few notes into it, you automatically know that's Pat.
Yeah.
He's got his own sound,
Yes.
And, but it was an honor to play with Pat. I was with him, like 8.5 years. And actually, the last 11 months I was Pat, I actually bounced between Pat and Foghat. I did double duty.
Wow.
So I would fly out, play a date with Pat, and the next morning jump on a plane to fly somewhere and catch up with Foghat and play with them, and then jump on another plane to fly and catch up with Pat.
Jesus, man, running yourself to the ground.
Yeah, but I did that for 11 months, which was a challenge, but a lot of fun. But no, I enjoyed my time with Pat, and there was a period that I was with him where we kept because Pat's always had a revolving door of players,
Mm-hmm.
But there was a 5-year period where there was Pat, myself, Kurt McKim on second guitar, and Sandy Gennaro on drums, and that was like a lot of people used to compare us to the second coming of the heyday of the Pat Travers band from the 70s that everyone knew and loved from the live record.
Yes.
And that was quite an honor, when people would say stuff like that. But yeah, it was a great time.
Now,
but, like everything, it just kind of, it's funny, out of all my years of playing, it's like these two bands are the ones I've actually had the most time with each band. Because, a lot of bands, even in their heyday, in their prime, it's almost like, hey, they're there, and then 2 years later, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, I guess as we get older and a little wiser, we just kind of settle down and go, it's really not that bad. I'll stay put.
Exactly.
When you're younger, it's like, oh no, I'm on fire right now. I'll just go jump and do this.
Sure. Now, all your years of touring and with Pat Travers, and of course with the great Foghat, I'm sure you got a lot of stories, from all these years. And any idea or thought about coming out with maybe a book or something?
I would really love to, and I was talking with Sandy about it, Sandy Gennaro, because he's actually morphed from all his years of playing, because he's played with everybody. He played with Pat back in the 80s. Yeah. He originally replaced Tommy Aldridge back in the 80s, and but I mean, he's played with everybody: Cyndi Lauper, the Monkees, Johnny Winter, Bo Diddley. I mean, he's played with everybody.
Yeah.
But he actually has morphed into doing motivational and corporate type speaking. But he just recently put a book out. But I've been talking with him some. But my whole thing is like, it's like, dude, you've played with everybody, you've done everything. You've really got a story. And he's like, in his New York accent, hey, don't sell yourself short, Rodney. You got some stories too now.
Oh, that's a great New York accent there. No, you definitely have to have some stories. So So yeah, that's something I think Foghat fans and Pat Travers fans or Rodney O'Quinn fans would like to see happen someday.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool stories, and I get to tell people. And the big thing, and my wife tells me every now and then, it's like she goes, "You got to really realize that it's kind of pretty cool what you get to do and the people you've met and you hang out with and stuff." And I think about some of it, and it's kind of surreal to
Hmm.
the fact that when I tell a story, I'm just real nonchalant about it. But like I always tell people, man, I love Eddie Money. And here later in life, I'd met Eddie Money, God rest his soul. But
Yeah.
I always told everybody, man, as soon as you saw Eddie, the first thing he did was walk in a room. He always had a joke, and his jokes were fantastic.
Absolutely.
I mean, and, and I always loved the fact that he always referred to himself, third person.
Yes.
Everything was always, the money man.
No, such a great character, a great voice, and I was really good friends with him the last 6 years of his life, and
Yeah, he was awesome.
an amazing guy, such a showman, and at every show he would have the sunglasses on, and he would flick them out to the audience, so somebody always got a pair of his sunglasses, and
Yeah.
I mean the guy knew how to do a show, man, and definitely
Oh yeah.
missed. But so, what advice would you give to an aspiring musician who wants to make a mark in the music industry today?
Yep, man, boy, that's a hard question because the
Mm-hmm.
music industry is so not what it used to be.
Nope.
But there's still something out there, so it's almost like, hey, there's hope. At least I mean you have the avenues of promoting yourself more so between
Yes.
social media and YouTube and all that stuff that a long time ago you didn't have.
Yeah, you would have to
But
schlep a cassette tape to a
yeah,
lot of office buildings and record companies. Yeah.
right, and which most of them ended up in the trash can.
Sure.
It was just a real fluke back then if you could get somebody to listen to something. But you've got that avenue. But the sad part is you don't have the the money behind you where people all of a sudden someone says, okay, I'm going to give you a 2 record deal, 3 record deal, and I'm going to give you tour support and all that other stuff.
Sure.
I mean, that stuff just isn't there no more, which makes it harder.
Yes.
But the main thing, most important thing, have fun with it.
Yes.
Even I was guilty of it earlier, or way earlier in my career, but way before the Pat days and everything, of just being too damn serious. And it's like, it's not rocket science. Just
Yeah.
have fun with it. And once you start having fun with it, it shows and it's infectious.
Yes.
And that's what people feed off of. You know, that's the whole thing. Music is all about moving people, moving yourself, moving your soul, moving their soul. Making a connection.
Yeah. Rodney, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your afternoon to talk with us today. And
Uh,
again, we're so looking forward to seeing you next week, June
yeah. I heard
15th.
you're going to be at the show. I can't wait to rub elbows again. It's been a while.
It's been a while, and we love to do giveaways here on Rock Band Reviews. And if I bring a guitar, would you and the band sign it and we'll do a giveaway?
Absolutely.
Wonderful,
You
wonderful.
know we'll take care of you, Hoss.
Of course, and your fans are gonna love me for it. Trust me. And again, June 15th next week, Parker Playhouse, Fort Lauderdale. Get your tickets because you will not regret seeing this band live. And man, I look forward to seeing you again, buddy. Safe travels on the road, and we'll see you and Linda and Roger and everyone else, and we're gonna have a great time that night.
You got it, man. Can't wait to see you, brother.
All right, cheers, man. See you later.
Cheers, buddy. Take care.
Bye, bud.